Hello, it's Mara from Houseplants, New Jersey. So, I want to discuss moss pools for a minute. And I was like the biggest hater of moss pools on the face of the earth. In the beginning, when I started with moss pools, I was making them myself. I was making them too small. They were drying out every single day. And then when I would water them, it would overflow and water into my soil, and then I would overwater the plant. Now I have these D-shaped moss pools, so there's like a plastic back to the moss pool, and then a mesh in the front, so it keeps the moisture in a lot longer. In the winter, it'll last like maybe a week. I do have to like make sure it's a little damp, but it will last like a week. Now it's coming to a hotter month. Today's not so hot. It's like 48 degrees here, but the other day was like 80. So they dried out. All right. So I had to water them, but I'm sure in the summer I'll probably have to water them like twice a week or something like that. It's not that bad. Not every day. All right. But what I did notice is I have a Monstera Jungle Mint over here. Okay. I have an Epipremnum pinnatum variegated right here. That's growing up the moss pool. I have a Monstera Thai Constellation. Actually, there's 2 or 3 plants in there. I have a Florida Green right here. Florida Beauty. I have a Florida Ghost right here. I have a Monstera Albo right here. Monstera Aurea. Philodendron Golden Dragon. What I noticed is, because they all have aerial roots, you don't see their aerial roots. They grow into the moss pool, so it's not as unsightly. Maybe you guys like your aerial roots, like hanging down like Tarzan and Jane or whatever, but you don't see them when they're growing into the moss pool. They make the plant a lot stronger, they make it a lot hardier, but also you don't see the aerial roots at all. You see the leaves, you see the petioles, you see the growth. You don't really see the aerial roots because they're growing into the moss pool. And I really, really like that. So it is something to consider. I never thought of that until I experienced it recently. Okay? So, and my plants were growing fine. My plants were absolutely fine. They were growing fine. Before I put them, a lot of them on moss pools. I bought these in bulk, so I was like, oh, let's do another moss pool. Let's do another moss pool. But now that I see the difference, like I'm actually seeing the leaves. And you could see the growth of the leaves. They just look fuller. They look a lot fuller. So, let me know if you like this video, if you agree with me or if you disagree with me. If you have any comments, definitely leave a comment. And yeah, I'd like you to subscribe to my page because I have a lot of topics I want to talk about. All right, thanks a lot. Have a great day.